Alright friends, welcome to the second video of JavaScript date, and in this JavaScript date function we are going to talk about a variant of the previous example that we did in the previous video. We added new date number. Okay, we were still working on this, so let's continue. Okay, let me quickly delete this, and instead of this, let's begin. This is a very short program. Doc type HTML. Open up the HTML tag. Open up the body tag. Open up the paragraph tag and say ID is equal to demo. Okay, and close the paragraph tag. Open up the script tag and var d is equal to new date 99, 5, 24. It's the placement of commas that defines the memory location of the data held in the default date format that you have. Okay, get element by ID. Open up the demo tag and say dot inner HTML is equal to D. Okay, and close the script tag. Close the body tag and close the HTML tag. Awesome. Let's save this file as I'm going to save this as date 4/5 and also save it as HTML. Okay, and let's find this file. Okay, so this is how it's displayed. It's not displaying the entire thing. Thursday, June 24th, 1999. Okay, that's the argument that you passed on to it. Okay, and to the milliseconds you haven't provided that data, so it's going to display 000. Okay, and I'm assuming that June is also default, middle of the year. All right, okay, let me take that back. This is how it is. JavaScript counts months from 0 to 11. Okay, January is 0. Okay, and December is 11. So the date provided here was 5, which is June. Okay, and 1999 was provided and 24th was provided. Okay, let's move on to the next example. Let me delete this page. Alright, let's use the toString method to display a date. Okay, if you want to display a date on your web page, this is the following JavaScript code that you type. Okay, the previous were arguments being passed to methods. Let's not worry about that. This is the main code that you should know for if you are doing some web development. You need to add this code to your main page like this. Paragraph ID is equal to demo. Okay, and close the paragraph tag. Open up the script tag and say var d, variable d is equal to new date. Create a new date object like this and say document dot get element by ID demo dot inner HTML is equal to d dot to string Okay, and close the script tag, close the body tag, and also close the HTML tag. Alright, let's save this file as, this is going to do nothing but display a date, okay, on the HTML page. I'm going to save it as 6 and also as HTML. And I'm going to run this file. So it's Wednesday, September 28th, which is today, while I'm making this lecture, 2016. Time is this much, okay, afternoon. Okay, so you just need to do d.toString, and it's a new date with no argument passed to it. It will display the system date. That's the first example that we did. If you remember, in the first example, we also published the system date here, and the only difference was that we did create a d, okay, a variable d, new date, and then you did document.get element by id demo.inner.html and just did d. That's it, and it yielded the same result. Alright, no issues with that. It's the same way of doing two ways of doing one thing. Alright, let's clear this out, and I'm going to work on another date example. Okay, have you heard of the term UTC date? This is a date display standard, okay, and you can use the UTC to UTC string method to convert a default date display into a UTC standard. Okay, if you want to convert between two display formats. Okay, very simple. Just type on doc type HTML. Okay, open up the HTML tag, open up the body tag, open up the paragraph tag, and say the to UTC string method converts a date to a UTC string. Okay, date, it's a date display standard. I'm just stressing this again. And okay, let's close this paragraph tag and open up another paragraph and say id is equal to demo, with inverted commas please, is equal to demo. Okay, id simply tells the web page, I'm repeating, the browser knows that it has to match id from outside the script to the code written within the script. Okay, it's just mapping it together. var d is equal to new date. Okay, document dot get element by id demo dot inner html is equal to d dot to UTC string. Alright, end of statement marker, and the script tag and the other tags that are open above the body and the HTML tag, please. Alright, awesome. Let's save this file as, okay, save it as 7, JavaScript date 7, and also as HTML dot HTML. Let's find the file. Okay, so the to UTC string method converts a date to UTC string. It's a date display standard, and this is the standard of the date display. It's a bit different from what we did in the last example. GMT plus 0400 Arabian Standard Time, and look at the difference. Okay, this is the UTC standard. You see this date being displayed in a lot of websites. Okay, let me delete this and type in another example. Okay, if you want to display your date in a more readable format, you can do the following lines of code. Doc type HTML, open up the HTML tag, the body tag, and open up the paragraph tag and say ID is equal to demo. Okay, and close the paragraph tag. Open up the script tag and say var d is equal to new date again. Okay, but you will call the new date method, the var d, by connecting it with the method to date string. Demo.inner HTML is equal to d dot to date string. Okay, and let's close the script tag. Let's close the body tag and the HTML tag. Let's save this file as the other example is 8, and also save it as .html. Alright, Wednesday, September 28th. That's a very simple form of displaying the date. Okay, alright, so here's a thing or two about time zones. Okay, you may be located in a different time zone right now, different than mine. So when you're setting up JavaScript date, or with using the toString method or any method that we have described before, the time zones, if you do not specify a time zone, for example, mine was the Arabian Standard Time, the JavaScript will use your browser's time zone. So browsers, they have extra bit of layer of information, because they connect with servers, and I told you before that without the connection of time between all servers and satellites that communicate with each other, messages cannot be passed in a synchronous or time sensitive manner. So everything would be all jumbled up, and it's going to be like a juggernaut going on. So in order to avoid that, all servers and all nodes connected to the server have time, and time is the basic way of connecting with each other. So if you do not provide a time zone to the date string or the date method, the JavaScript will use the browser's time zone, and when getting a date without specifying the time zone, the result is converted to the browser's time zone. So if a date time is created using in GMT, the time zone GMT means Greenwich Mean Time. Okay, and the date time will be converted to CDT, which is Central Daylight Time. Okay, now you know what these two terms mean. So Central Daylight Time is usually United States time, and the Greenwich Mean Time is usually in the other side of the Pacific Ocean. So CDT is usually the United States and other areas that come in that region, North and South America. If a user browses from the central US, they're going to see the CDT time. If the user browses from the Asia Pacific area region like mine, they're going to see the GMT time. All right, I think we are done with the JavaScript date method. We have two more video series on dates. One is the date format, manipulating with the date format, and the other is the various methods that you can use with JavaScript date. So before I end this video, let me delete all of this and give you some exercises to work on. Okay, I'm just going to type away some exercise here, and I would ask you to pause the video and try to read the exercise. Okay, this is the first exercise that I have for you. Doc type HTML and HTML body tag. Display the result here and add any kind of code that you need to practice your date method. So this is like a skeleton code going on. Let me give you another skeleton code like this. All right, this is the other one that I have here, and you have to declare a variable here and access the new date. Okay, so please use this following skeleton format to create your code. And with this, I'm going to end the JavaScript date video series. Up next, I'm going to talk about JavaScript date format. All right, it is similar and they're connected to each other. So let's gear up for the next video. JavaScript date format.